In this video, I will talk about the history of Ciudad Mier, magical town, and these most emblematic places. What today is Ciudad Mier? Was founded on March 6, 1753 by José de Escandón with the name of Villa del Paso del Cántaro, and that later it would become known with the name of Estancia de Mier. It was founded by 9 families from the town of Camargo and 10 families from Cerrado, populating Mier 19 families. It was declared a city in 1871 while Servando Canales Molano was governor of the state. From the year 1757, families from the new Kingdom of Leon joined the population. The houses were built of mud and stone, with an economic base of cattle ranching, sale of wood and skins. With the profit they bought corn and food. It had 65 inhabitants along with a group of indigenous people called Hurons. In 1843, the natives of Mier were used against invasions of natives from the frontier. In 1842, the invading Texan forces of William S. Fisher were defeated in Mier. In 1934, Mier lost its border customs, and in 1950, half of the territory was used to create neighboring municipality of Miguel Alemán. Now in the present Ciudad Mier, head of the municipality of Mier, is a city of the Mexican state of Tamaulipas, located on the border between the United States and Mexico, and near the Falco Dam in the northeast of the state. Since 2007, it was the title of Magical Town granted by the Secretary of Tourism of Mexico. It borders to the north with the municipality of Guerrero, to the south and west with the state of Nuevo León, and to the east with the United States, and its municipality of Miguel Alemán. Now that we know a little story of the beginning of the city, now I will talk about the House of the Frijoles Pintos. This cultural enclosure received 3 names: House of the Tejans, Museum of the Battle of 1842, and House of Frijoles Pintos. The latter is the most popular and refers to a relevant event in the history of the magical town of Mier. Its clay walls served as prison for 200 Tejan soldiers who tried to form the border republic. Whoever the national troops fought arrested and sentenced them to execution by order of Santa Anna. To avoid a massive bloodshed, the execution was carried out through a lottery. 176 frijoles pintos and 24 frijoles negros were placed in a pot. Texans were blindfolded to select a bean. If it was black, then their outcome was death. The seeds were sent to the Castillo del Salado in San Luis Potosí and later released. Today the house not only tells this tragic story, it also displays weaponry and documents from the battles between the Mexican and U.S. Army in the 19th century in Ciudad Mier. There are more touristic places, such as example now I will talk about the Parroquia Inmaculada Concepción. It is the face of the Plaza Juárez and the first building that was built after the foundation of Mier in 1753. The complex was built in the sandstone, and later the bell tower was built under the design of the French architect named Pourchel inside. It treasures relics with a more than 200 years old, such as baptism fonts, one embedded in wall, the others mobile. It was kept all registration books for births, baptisms, weddings, and deaths. 2 copies date from 1757. In one of the record of the first baptism celebrated on April 1st of said year of the girl Ana Maria Ramirez is visible. Meanwhile, the next day the first death occurred that Doña Isabel Catalina. Both events have the signature of the Franciscan Friar Francisco Perez. Another interesting fact, it was a triumph scrolled by a stone pelican that represents the image of Jesus. In addition to the underground passage with catacombs where the remains of the founders of the city rest. Another of the scaring places in town is House of Culture. It is one of the more relevant historic constructions that surrounds the Plaza Juárez, because it was inhabited by Ignacio de la Peña, who will become the first municipal president and local deputy elected from Mier in 1824. Today, the colonial-style residence with stone walls has been transformed into a house of culture, whose collection consists of photographic of the city, painting of monarchs, and accessories of the famous film actor Eleazar Garcia Chelelo, a native of the place and acting partner of Antonio Aguilar. Now that we have learned some things about some emblematic places of the city, we will now talk about their festivities. For example, anniversary parties of the foundation of Mier on March 6, Fiesta de la Purísima Concepción on December 8, Fiesta de San Juan Bautista on June 24, Tamaulipas International Festival in October of each year, with multiple cultural manifestations in various stages of Mier. I hope you like and interested the history and festivities of Ciudad Mier, Pueblo Mágico.